Hello everyone, welcome back. It's May 1st, 2022, and today's video is just a quick update on our ramps that are growing in a container. These are the ramps that I planted in that video a few months ago where it's entitled Planting Ramp Bulbs, and it shows like a mesh bag that I purchased them in. So these are coming up really well. They're in a cool spot. Ramps are a spring crop, and so they're something that you're going to harvest in late April, early to mid-May, where we are anyway in southwestern New York. And one of the nicest ways to take advantage of ramps is to grow them yourself. They're super easy to grow. Sometimes people might think because they're a wild crop, they're difficult to grow. Very easy to grow. This is my homemade potting mix, also from one of the videos on our channel. But this is a 200-gallon container. Now, you don't need as large a container as this. I have some growing in a grow box that I've shown as well that is just basically a wooden container. And I also have these in the shade. Now, right now there's no shade, but once that tree leaves out in a week or two, these will be shaded for the mid-May sun where it starts to get warm, so they last a little bit longer. Those are our other four 200-gallon fabric planters. Those have onions in them this year. And so what's nice about that is you don't have to weed or anything. But just a quick update, ramps grow really well in containers. No issues, they're perennial, they come back year after year. When you harvest them, just take one or two leaves from each plant. So like in here, I might just take one leaf from each plant and leave the rest. What that'll do is it'll send energy to that bulb, kind of charge it up for the next year, allow it to grow, divide, and in just a handful of years, this will just be a solid, you won't even see any dirt, it'll just be a solid mass of ramps. And so that's the great thing about them, is you don't need a ton to get started, just a little bit of patience, and that's a great way to go. So I wanted to kind of address the elephant in the room with ramps, and this is why I suspect if you notice a lot of ramp videos on YouTube, they get a lot of thumbs down, a disproportionate number of thumbs down. And I've noticed that on our videos too. And I think it's because there's kind of this backlash to the trendiness of ramps, and it's nothing to do with ramps, it's more to do with human behavior. Unfortunately, people get greedy, and so there's all kinds of horror stories of people going onto private property that they don't have permission to be on, or public parks, and just stripping whole areas of ramps, just pulling them up, garbage bags full, and selling them, or whatever, doing whatever they're doing with them. Obviously, that kind of behavior is not sustainable. That kind of behavior isn't something that any homesteader, gardener, or someone with a passion for horticulture would really be wired to do. I mean, that's kind of a whole different thing, and that's not what we're into, by the way, around here either. We're into doing things in a sustainable and respectful way to the environment. I mean, we don't spray chemicals if we can help it. We're just that we try to do things not necessarily fully organically. That'd be nice, but not everything works that way. My point is, we're trying to be good stewards, and I think one of the parts of being a good steward of the environment is to be sensible about things like this. So these ramps I purchased online from a reputable source. Now, do I know 100% that reputable source is doing everything sustainably? No, I don't. But if you go to the grocery store and buy ramps, and I'll show a video here, we've done that too. Do you know where they came from? I mean, do you know that they're sustainable? I mean, you can go down that rabbit hole. So I think the best thing to do for each of us in that particular aspect is to say, okay, let's do what we can do on our own little patch of earth. And so start your own ramp patch in your own property, your own yard, your own backyard. They grow really well. They don't take a lot of room. They're super rewarding. They're great crop to grow. And you'll have all you ever need in a few years. And by doing that, you're contributing to the sustainability. Also, remember, most people have no idea what ramps even are. So there's only a finite number of people that are really consuming these. And so that could always change, I suppose, but it's not likely, I don't think, in any measurable way. And so if you're one of the people who consumes ramps, it kind of makes sense to grow them in your own yard and just eat the ones you grow. And that way they weren't there before you put them there, right? And so you've contributed a net positive in terms of the amount of ramps in the world, if you're concerned about that. So here's a trick also that you can do. These are ramps from the grocery store, and I'm pointing to the bulb part with the root. All you have to do is slice these off, and so you can use all of the leaves and the stem, but just plant the bulb. Leave maybe an inch or so. And plant that. And by the way, you can do that with your own ramps too, any ramp. I just got these from the grocery store. I do this every year just to supplement our patch. They're picked anyway, right? So you might as well make use of them. So slice it about an inch above the bulb. Now you've got the bulb and the root. All you have to do is take that out to your ramp patch, dig a little hole, pop it in, put the dirt, just below the cut part there. And next year they'll come right up and grow. And then just don't harvest off them for a couple years. Let them really get going again. Let them get established, and you'll have a big old patch of grocery store ramps, which we have under our chestnut tree. I've shown it before. So yet another way you can augment your collection of ramps using ramps that were already harvested anyway, which I think is a plus. So thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again soon.